What's up everyone, my name's Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today I am sick. Some kind of air quality issues going on. I think we got the New York air coming into Chicago, so I am a little dying today. And I'm not too happy because I was great yesterday. I was recording the video and then suddenly today I just couldn't move and I had to sit in class today on my online lecture class for like an hour. I was waiting to record this video, but anyways, today's video will be can I beat Pokemon Infinite Fusion using only bug type Pokemon. We're bringing mono types to Infinite Fusion and it's gonna be interesting. We did do this with dragon types last time and I think it just rolled on my head that I didn't use dragon type Pokemon the entire time. Like, so they were obviously mixed with dragon Pokemon, but unfortunately a lot of them didn't have the dragon typing. So this time we're gonna right our wrongs and we're gonna try to beat Infinite Fusion using only specific mono types. So each of our Pokemon will have to have a bug typing as their final typing, and it's gonna be interesting. If you guys do not know, bug is synonymous with the worst typing in the Pokemon franchise, so it's gonna be interesting how we get through this. Just like always, I'm playing on modern mode. We're playing on the hardest difficulty. Also as well, we can't use items inside of battle, so it makes it even worse, and we have to play on set mode. Oh, I feel like I want to throw up. That was a lot of words. Oh no, it's only been like 2 minutes in the recording. Also included with that, fun rule for us, each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thanks so much for leaving a comment in my previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a future Pokemon, just drop in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you're down there, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, we can customize a starter Pokemon for ourselves. We can get a Scyther body and a Weedle head. We're actually going to use something interesting. You know, we're going to use a lot of basic Pokemons we used in the past, but we're also going to mix in some Pokemons we haven't used. So it's going to be a Weeder as our starter Pokemon, which is going to be interesting. I actually messed up in the beginning. If you can see this, I've got the wrong form. So I got the opposite form. So I got a Psyduck, which I don't want. I want a Weeder, which doesn't, even if people are Pokemon fans, it doesn't make any sense to anyone. So we have to restart and get the right form, and from there it looks pretty good, and they'll evolve really early. So we'll get ourselves a fully evolved Pokemon, kinda. And Scyther was considered a fully evolved Pokemon at one point, so it's basically 2 fully evolved Pokemon up into Generation 2. So anyways, we get a bunch of XP, and we also want to go into the hidden forest to get a bunch of items. And then from there, once we get all the grinding we could do for a little bit, we're gonna go into Viridian Forest and get ourselves some new Pokemon. So firstly, we found ourselves a shiny Budew, which I'm like, I don't want this. I'm gonna catch it because it's cool, but I was thinking like fuse that with something. I'm gonna fuse it with this Joltik I have, but eventually I'll defuse that because I don't really like it. From there, I also caught myself a Nincada, which will form 2 Pokemons for us, so that'll be great later. We'll also catch ourselves a Riolu. If you can see what I'm trying to do with Nincada and Riolu, shout out to you, but that'll come up in a little bit. Firstly, we're gonna fuse Nincada and Riolu to get ourselves a Ninlu, which will defuse in a little bit because we don't want this type of fusion. From there, there's also a bug. If you evolve Nincada in this stage, if it's fused already and you evolve it, you won't get a Shedinja. So I don't know if that's happened to anyone, but that's happened to me a few times. So I decided not to do that. I'm gonna defuse him later. And from there, we're gonna face off against Brock next. Brock's the first gym leader in the game. We're gonna start the battle off against him using my Beater's able to knock out the Strumiorb really easily from Brock's team. And then from there, the Steve Jr. comes out. It's kind of scaring me, so I decided to switch out into my Ninlu. Now Ninlu can't really do any damage. I Force Palm, at least get the Paralyze on him. But from there, I gotta switch back into my Beater. He goes for a full heal, so he gets rid of the paralysis I put on him. I go for a Focus Energy and then Twin Needle. As long as it crits multiple times, we should be fine. We're getting low on HP, but it looks like we have enough crits, and we can live one more attack from the Steve Jr. as we're able to beat him down, and we're able to knock out Brock and get our first gym badge in the game. So super easy. I was getting very careful. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, there's a death counter. Look, I'm really out of it, but there is a death counter on the screen if my Pokemon ever faints in a gym fight. It's not outside of the gym fights because I go on autopilot a lot in like the PvE modes, so I'm not really engaged all the time. But during the gym fights, I have to be engaged, or if I die with my Pokemon, I gotta defuse them and then get rid of the fusion material. Gotta speak of the fusion materials, but I can keep the Pokemon. I just gotta fuse it with a different Pokemon. So that's why I'm stocking up on a bunch of bug types. As you can see, I'm gonna catch myself a Heracross, which is very nice. I also got myself a Pikachu or Pichu. Fuse that with the Joltik, so get rid of the Budew. Not gonna be useful. We also got ourselves a Ladybug, and if you guys are Ladybug fans, that's too bad. I won't be using the Ladybug ever. There's nothing I like on Ladybug's fusion. But from there, we can go into Nugget Bridge, train up our Nincada, and get the XP share, obviously. Once we evolve Nincada into a Ninjas, we also get ourselves a Shedinja, and we could fuse that with our Lucario and get ourselves a Shidaru. which I didn't know it evolves at level 20. I feel like I did Lucario fusion and it didn't evolve at level 20. But from there, we're going to move out and face off against Misty next. Misty is going to be the water type gym leader in the game. We're going to start the battle off against her using my beater. Beater is able to go for a focus energy, which I'm not too sure why I did, because this thing could definitely kill me. I'm gonna go for a twin needle, and it poisons it, which is really nice, but it's about to knock me out, so I have to go for a wing attack here, which I did not know. I think I was sacrificing beater, which is unfortunate, because this thing could set up hail. It could knock out my Shidaru, so I was getting very careful, because I'm just gonna sack my beater if not. And then I got lucky. She heals up and she dies in one shot. She then sends out her Mamrus, which I know this thing, it doesn't have any weather moves, I'm pretty sure. So I'm able to go into my Shidaru and then knock out the Mamrus using a very broken tech. This is bug and steel type Pokemon, so I think the only super effective move against me is going to be fire. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I can't think right now, but I'm pretty sure it's only fire. But from there, we go into the SSN after beating Misty, get our second gym badge, and then get the HM for cut. And from there, we can move on and face off against Lieutenant Surge. We also have some new Pokemon. We fuse together our Ninjas and Gyarados to get a Gyarados. And then from there, we're going to face off against Lieutenant Surge using my Beater, because Beater's like my favorite Pokemon right now. I go for a... Well, I was going to switch out. I'm going to switch out into my Shidaru, because I realized I didn't have any good moves on my Beater, but I go for 2 Bone Rush to knock out the Nose Key, and then from there, you can switch out into a Fletch and Chop, which I know it has a fire move because it's part fire. Also, it has Flame Body, so I gotta be very careful. So I go out to my Gyarados, and I'm able to go for a few slashes, Ice Fangs. Eventually, I'll knock out the Fletch and Chop, and from there, you can switch out into his Houndblade, which I go out into my Shidaru, and you can see Shidaru a lot because it's Wonder Guarded, and it's just protected constantly. This thing's the most broken Pokemon. I'm so glad I've got to use this thing, because I've always seen that trainer in Victory Road that always like clowns me and using it against me. I'm pretty sure fire is the only weakness it has. But from there, we're able to beat down Lieutenant Surge because it's a super easy Pokemon to use. We have no deaths from the gym leaders, and we go into Rock Tunnel. This is actually getting pretty nice. We clear through Rock Tunnel pretty easily. Again, if I die in the field, doesn't count. It has to be in a gym fight. Not too sure what I'm going to do with the Elite Four, but we'll get there when we get there. We're also going to fuse together a Slack Off and also a Heracross. Evolve it into a Hurricane. The Hurricane also gets the ability Guts, avoiding Truant, and also a Hardy Nature, which makes this thing ultimately like just super powerful. So I really love Slacking, and also I evolved my Beater into a Beezor, which is the coolest Pokemon. It has to be the thumbnail, honestly. Even though Shidaru is going to be the carrying Pokemon, Beezor is just so cool looking. That's why I chose him as my starter Pokemon. Now from there, we're going to face off against Erica next. Erica's the 4th gym leader in the game, and we're going to start the battle off against her using my Hurricane. Hurricane's able to go for a Rock Tomb and knock out the type there. From there, she can switch out into her Galvantron, which I'm able to go for more Rock Tombs, eventually lower her speed, and then 2 does not kill her, and she doesn't kill me, so I'm able to get a lucky roll, high damage, and 2-shot the Galvantron. Now from there, she can switch out into her Buttergeist, which honestly, I could just switch out into anything. Most likely, I'm going to go out into this one, yeah, because I don't want to risk my Shidaru. Shidaru is reserved for like critical periods where I have no answer, but my Beezor is able to just knock out the Buttergeist in a very long and drawn out battle, as we're able to beat down Erica. And now from there, we're going to move out into the Pokemon Tower and then just clear through this Band Slash, which is very cool. We also go into Fuchsia City and go into the Safari Zone to catch ourselves a Volcarona. This is like the longest time I ever spent catching a Volcarona. It took me like 8 or 10 tries of soft resetting, not even like balls, soft resetting, but eventually we get ourselves a Volcarona. We're going to attach that onto our Yanmega, which is going to be very cool. We're also going to go into the Pokemon Center, and you can pay like $1,000 to relearn all the moves you want, which is very cool. We're going to get for sure Bullet Punch and everything, so we're going to get like a really nice moveset for our Mons. And then from there, we're going to move out and face off against Koga next. Koga is the 5th gym leader? I can't count. You know what? Being sick is my excuse for the entire day. So Koga is going to be the next gym leader we fight against. We're going to start the battle off against him using my Beezor. Now Beezor is able to just... Oh, it should have killed. Why did Exeter not kill Dumptera? Not Dumptera. It should have killed the Reuniwork, but I decided to go for Fell Stingers and still knock him out. From there, he's going to switch out into his Weeflame, which I don't know why I stayed in. This is just an idiot move. I almost knocked him out with an X-Scissor, but then I got baited because he healed up. So I switch out into... Oh my god, my first death. My Gyarados goes down, and that is over. That is Jover. I go out... You know when you get triggered? Not get triggered, but you get upset and you start tilting? I went on to my Shidaru. This thing has Flame Charge. I've played this game so many times that I know this thing has Flame Charge. For some reason, I went for Swords Dance, and then it allows me to knock it out without using Flame Charge against me. So, Force Palm to knock him out, which is crazy. From there, he's going to switch out into his Honchbor, which I'm pretty sure this thing can't hit me because it goes for Night Slash and everything. I'm able to go for a Force Palm and knock him out. And then he goes into his Umtero, which I sweep down. And Shidaru, you guys might get bored of it, but it's cooking. This thing is super cooking. From there, we can go into the Silph and then clear through our rival, which isn't a... well, we place our Garage Ass with our Ninite, which is kind of cool looking. Also, it's not really cool looking, I take it back, but it's a cool name. And it's also a decent Pokemon. Also, it's Dragon Dance, so, you know, really broken Pokemon. We beat a rival, and also we beat Giovanni, which is not too hard battle since the double battle fight. From there, we're gonna move out. Oh my god, I'm dying. We're gonna move out and we're gonna face off against Sabrina. Sabrina is going to be the 6th gym leader in the game. We're gonna start the battle off against her using my Hurricane. Hurricane's able to take a Hyper Beam. Well, I don't know why Sylveotion went for a Hyper Beam, but I'm able to take a Hyper Beam. Rock Tomb to knock out the Sylveotion. Switch out into my Shidaru. I thought the Drift Roll would not have anything for me, so I went for Toxic against him. It used Hydro Pump, and then I'm gonna switch out into my Galvantula because I can't knock him out because he has Aftermath. But it goes for Will-O-Wisp against me, and I just dodge like death for sure. I was like, oh my god, I didn't mean to do that, but you know what? It worked out. Someone's looking down, just guiding me at this point. I'm able to discharge and knock out the Drift Roll, but that was very close. From there, I switch out into my Shidaru against the Miracle, which I'm pretty sure this thing can't knock me out, but I know the Clefix in the back will knock me out because it does have a Rocky Helmet. I went out to my Vulcan Mega, which I'm able to start setting up against the Miracle. Fiery Dance to get my special attack up against him and then knock him out. Her next Pokemon will be a Clefix, which I go for 2 Fiery Dances and eventually will knock out the Clefix. It heals up a little bit, but thankfully the misplace actually works out for me because the Drift Roll will probably knock something out. I was very lucky that it missed the Will-O-Wisp. But from there, we can move on into the Pokemon Mansion, which we can clear through. I just gotta show a transition before we fight off against Blaine. I just can't do another gym fight, but transition over. From there, we can face off against Blaine next. Blaine is going to be the fire gym leader in the game. Well, actually, not really. His first Pokemon is a Klinkferig, which I go out into Vulcan Mega. Vulcan Mega is able to go for a Fiery Dance and get a speed boost. And then from there, I 2-shot the Klinkferig. From there, he's going to switch out into Xano, which I go for an Ancient Power. Does not knock him out, but I go for Fiery Dance. I survive a Shadow Ball, and from there another Fiery Dance will knock him out. From there, he can switch out to his Allosaur, which from all the plus attack I have, I'm pretty sure I can knock him out with Fiery Dance, which I do. From there, he's gonna switch out into his Togenucleus, which I go out into my Yogurt. And my Ninite, actually not Yogurt, almost dies to 1-shot. I switch out into my Galvantula, and I was like, I gotta sack something. This is gonna look so bad because my last Pokemon is gonna be my Hurricane, which I can't really do against. I go for Discharge against him, and then I unfortunately have to sack my Galvantula, go out into my Hurricane. I'm gonna Rock Tomb it, and then Mega Horn 2-shots him, which is nice. I can outspeed him, and we're able to beat down Blaine, but we get our second death. And that's going to sting a little bit, but that's okay. I started trying to pair off my Galvantula with Blissey, but I just couldn't get it evolving, so I decided to face off against the Zapmokuno with my Shidaru. Ends up knocking out the Zapdos head. We also replace the Blissey and Galvantula into my Galvantibra, which is going to evolve into a Galvantuzam, which is going to be really nice to have. Now, from there, we're going to move on into the final gym leader in the game. We're going to start the battle off against Giovanni using my Shidaru. Shidaru actually just cleans up. We take everything from this Zoshin, as we're able to just set up and then get a Rock Tomb off against the Kekon, not the Kekon, the Zoshin. Zoshin goes down pretty easily. From there, he's going to switch out to his Porlurk, which Rock Tomb also knocks out. So 2 Rock Tombs from him will knock him out, which is very nice. From there, he's going to switch out into his Kukin, which I'm able to go for a close combat to knock him out. His next Pokemon will be a Kekon, which I also close combat, knock him out. His next Pokemon will be a Smearguard, which can't really do too much. He's going to really draw out the battle, but eventually we waste all his Destiny Bonds. And then from there, I'm eventually able to knock out the Smearguard without losing any Pokemon, which is very nice for us. And from there, we can move out into Victory Road, get the puzzles done, you know, all that good stuff. Head into the Pokemon League and get all the items we need as well. From there, we can move out into the Pokemon League and face off against the Elite Four themselves. Now, the first Elite Four member we can face off against is gonna really check us and really ego check us, because I thought, you know, it's gonna be an easy fight because there's no more permadeath on because we're facing off against the Elite Four and we can't like defuse the Pokemon. So we're gonna start the battle off against Lorelei using my Galvantuzam, and it got humble real quick. So Paul Lillian actually knocks me out, and I can't really do too much against him. So yeah, that was a bad start for me. So a horrible start for me, actually. I go out into my Vulcan Mega, which I forgot is not a fire type, so this is actually a better Pokemon to start off with. I'm able to get a few setup moves against the Paulillian, but then eventually I'm able to knock him out. And then she switches out into her King Drio, which I don't really have an answer for, so it's gonna knock me out with a Waterfall. I go out into my Shidaru, and luckily Shidaru is the only thing that's carrying my team, I get +6 with Swords Dance and then Shadow Sneak to knock out the King Daru. And from there, you can switch out into your Swamp Ray, where you go for a Shadow Sneak and knockout. I want to preserve my PP for Rock Tomb and Close Combat. That's why I'm using Shadow Sneak, as I'm able to knock out the Gyaraku. And the Spirimuku might knock me out, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. I didn't even let it knock me out. I go out to my Nin Knight, which is able to get a Sword Dance and then Dragon Rush to knock out the Spirimuku. And from there, I'm able to knock out the Malatina in one shot as well. And we're able to beat down Lorelei pretty easily. Now from there, we're going to face off against Bruno next. Bruno is going to be the second Elite Four member and pretty easy. So we're going to start the battle off against his Tyranitar Flame with my Hurricane. Hurricane's able to go for a Rock Tombs. 2 Rock Tombs would knock him out pretty easily. So from there, he's going to switch out into his Probodon, which, okay, Close Combat does not knock him out, which is unfortunate. I should have taught him Earthquake. So unfortunately for that, my Hurricane goes down. I go out into my Beezor, and it goes down in one shot as well. So this is the most action Probodon has ever seen on my channel. But from there, I'm going to go for a Galvantuzam Psychic to knock him out. He goes out into his Octostar. I get to Calm Mind up, and then he gets a special attack raise in that moment. I'm able to just knock him down to his Focus Sash. He knocks me out because of that. So from there, I go out into my Volcamega, which Fiery Dance knocks out the Octostar. 2 shots to Cray, which is nice. From there, he's going to switch out to his Armatops, which doesn't have anything to really do against me, as I'm able to knock out the Armatops really easily. And his final Pokemon will be a Marowire, which I'm able to go for a Fiery Dance, just sack my Volcamega, go out into my Shidaru. Shidaru sounds like an actual name. Like, it's actually cool, like cartoon name or anime name. I'm able to knock out the Marowire pretty easily. From there, we're going to face off against Agatha next. Agatha is going to be the 3rd Elite Four member in the game. We're going to start the battle off against her using my Clefairy. Using my Volcamega, not my Clefairy. She has a Clefairy, and my Volcamega gets clowned on. So from there, I got to switch out into my Beezor. Beezor is able to get a Sword Dance and then Bullet Punch to knock him out really easily. From there, she's going to switch out into her Chandelbach, which I'm not able to go for anything as she knocks me out. So I go out into my Nin Knight. Sword Dance up, and then I'm going to knock out the Chandelbach with an Earthquake. From there, I'm able to Earthquake down the Crowrose, and also her Dust Plume, which isn't too strong, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what I'm doing here. Dragon Rush to knock her out, and her final Pokemon, oh, she has 2 more. Umzing goes down to Dragon Rush, and her Mo goes down to a Dragon Rush as well. So things are looking really easy. We're actually sweeping through the Elite Four after getting humbled by Lorelei. From there, we're going to face off against Lance next. We're going to face off against Lance, start the battle off against his Toga Flame using my Hurricane. Hurricane's easily able to go for a Rock Tomb, 2-shot him down. He goes for a bunch of full restores, which wastes everyone's time. From there, he's going to switch out to his Dark Knight, which Rock Tomb into Mega Horn would knock him out. So, yeah, nice use of Dark Knight. He goes out into his Septidactyl next, which Mega Horn kills. Again, Hurricane, Slacking is just a broken Pokemon. Matched with Heracross's high attack is just super broken. I'm able to Rock Tomb into the Shanamori. Unfortunately, I go down to a Fire Blast from it, but I do a lot of damage. I go out to my Galvantuzam next, which Psychics will knock out the Shanamori, and then from there I switch out into my Volcamega against the Dewbat. And Gandalf will easily Fiery Dance twice into the Dewbat and knock him out, and his final Pokemon will be an Agements, which I go for a Fiery Dance and knocks him out. So, you know what, I haven't used Shidaru in a minute, so let's go for Shidaru spam. So I start the battle off against Blue using my Shidaru, and the battle's over. So I'm gonna go for 3 Swords Dance in front of the Ninsharp, which is, and then he Baton passes into his Tortillon, which I do, well, he goes for a Close Combat, which one guards me. I'm pretty sure he's a Fire move. I'm pretty sure he's Flare Blitz. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why he didn't do that, but I'm able to Close Combat, knock out the Tortillon, and the battle should be over, but he goes out into his Chandelure. I Shadow Sneak, unfortunately knock out the Chandelure, and now the battle's over, as his Array is finally not able to just sweep me down. I'm able to Close Combat and knock out the Array. His next Pokemon will be his Haxmans, which I go for a Rock Tomb and 2-shot him, which surprisingly didn't 1-shot him. And from there, he's going to switch out to his Reurion, which I'm able to go for a Rock Tomb and then Close Combat to knock him out. And his final Pokemon will be the Ninsharp that started the battle, and 2 shots with Rock Tomb would knock him out, as my Shidaru is just like the greatest Pokemon in the world. I urge you, if you ever have a Nuzlocke, use Shidaru. I was thinking about it, like, I could definitely Nuzlocke this game using a Shidaru. This thing is like the most broken Pokemon possible. But from there, that will be the end of my video. I'm sorry I don't have too much to say at the end. I am tired. I'm going to bed. Edit the video later. Anyways, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all liked the video. I don't know. If you guys can, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. And my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all have a great day. And I'm out. Peace.